You got called last night by Ben Functoris on stage a hound dog.
On what?
He said he called you a hound dog. You
Who
remember
did?
that? Ben, on stage last night.
Who did?
Ben Functoris. He said you were a hound dog.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
Now,
That's easy for him to say.
That's easy
He's got
for
a
him to
nice
say.
wife, man, like you know.
No, that's true, but I'm just wondering.
I'm not married now.
Hey, I think it's a wonderful thing, but you've had this huge success. You followed. You have music in your molecules. You've done everything there is to do, and you're still doing more. Last night you said, "I know I'm just getting started." But how's that intersected with your personal life? I mean,
Well,
what's
that means it's time to even jiggle the molecules more.
All right, but all that work, all that dedication.
But I think I have really. Glenn will agree with that I have found a way to mix work with play.
Like, can you give us that secret? Because we want
No,
to know.
it just comes very natural. I've been rehearsing it a long time, to match my work with play. I think you have to. That balance is very imperative, because if you just work all the time, you just become a maniac. Or if you play all the time, you become a maniac,
That's right, because Joe Francis is one of your neighbors, right?
He's right, oh boy. Yeah, he was at the house.
Girls Gone Wild.
He's out of prison now.
Well, you helped him get out of prison, right?
No, I didn't. I went down. I went with his mother. I was doing some lectures in Sarasota, and he said, "Please come down with my mother and father." And he sent the plane up. There's some good parts of Joe, and that I love. I really do. I know him, and I love him. And he's he's a very smart guy, and you get wild when you get successful, When I first met Gates, like '92, we did it with Richard Saul Werman, he's a smart guy.
They're all smart guys.
No joke. And then I've spent a lot of time with Kurt Weill, Marvin Minsky, and Negroponte, and Alan Kay. Alan Kay's like my brother, because he's a musician too. But this guy is really our Einstein. And whether we go to a CEO's convention at Gates' home, the man is Alan Takeover. Silicon Valley, even Apple fellow, Alan Takeover. Or the garage kids, that are putting microchips in for artificial intelligence and sex and all of those stuff, 19 years ago. He told me about the internet 28 years ago. Phil, I thought he was smoking Kool-Aid. Everybody in the planet has a laptop.
So, and are you wired up?
Oh, yeah, I've been wired up.
Yeah? Now, can we get back to that sex chip for a second?
The what?
The sex chip, you said the chip for everything sex. Is a sex chip? What chip
What
are you
sex
talking?
chip?
You just said that, right? Didn't he just say that?
Words in my
He
mouth,
said,
man.
you said sex chip.
You're making up your own stuff, man.
I'm not.
You are too, man.
You said, because I figure if anybody would know.
Huh?
If anybody would
But
know.
you would know.
Oh,
If
really?
anybody know, it would be you. Philip, I know you, man. You've been my brother a long time.
Yeah, well, you and
It's not like we were church people together,
well,
Give me a break, man.
and you've provided me with a lot of good advice over the years.
And
There were times
you have to.
There were times when I could have used more, but
So could I.
yeah, I know. Somehow we both survived.
We made it, man.
Can we talk about your girlfriends or not?
Hmm?
You want to talk
No,
about?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, all right.
No.
This is one of the ways you live to be 110, right?
Circumstances. No.
This is how you live longer. You don't talk about
exactly. But there's some nice people, really nice people, and always friendly and so forth. It's like there's when you have that connection, there's always a partner in your heart.
You got an ex-wife living next door.
I know, but on Christmas, all of them come. All the mothers come.
I think
Girlfriends,
I
it's
couldn't.
fun. It's democratic and it's civilized. Right
Really?
now.
I'd be more like a dictatorship, right?
Lynn does that, don't you, Lynn?
You got it down, sir.
Did you see Bono's issue of Vanity Fair?
Yeah.
Well, he asked me to do the last page of the Proust questionnaire. It's the second time I did it. And they asked me, what do you think is the most overrated virtue? I said, abstinence. And he asked me,
Yeah, I think we know that about
what
you.
was my, well, you would have said the same thing.
Yeah, I would have said the same.
What was your greatest fear? I said, becoming a grown up. And who would you like to come in? 8 of them he took out because it was too far out, you know. And he said, what do you like to come back as? And I said, my daughter's dogs. Because they're the biggest pimps that ever lived. They really are.